Been a number of people now who have discussed COVID-19 and the response and the things that we are doing to be prepared. So I'm not going to belabor that again too much. I am going to touch on some things that I think are important that the public understands. One is that if you have questions about this, I direct you to our website in the Spotlight and in the current news. There's now been a page created that has links to the most current information being put out by the CDC, by the New Jersey Department of Health, as well as the Somerset County Department of Health. And I think that we're limiting it to those sources because those are the sources that we are relying on to, as it dictates our actions as we move forward. I echo what the mayor said, and he and I have had many discussions. As a medical doctor, I rely on him to give me information as it relates to that. But as someone who's dealt with the public for 35 years in various forms, I think I have an understanding too. I don't want people to panic. We have been through this before, and in all likelihood, we will be through it again. And we will come out of this, and we will do all of those things necessary from municipal government that we have to do to help you live your lives safely, and that's what we're going to do. And so some of the things that I just want to bring to your attention is that I have met not only with the emergency management staff. John House is our emergency management coordinator. We also have representatives on emergency management from the police department that I've met with daily. I've also met with all of our department heads, and we'll have a standing Monday morning meeting with department heads to go over what things we'll do moving forward. If there's anything that we need to change or alter in the interim, we'll do that. We're going to provide for things like hand sanitizers have been ordered, not only for our offices, but for the public areas of the building, tissues. We've distributed disinfectant wipes to all of the departments so that they can continually wipe down doorknobs and phones and desks and computer keyboards, things that we touch. Please don't take offense. You're going to see people who engage the public on a regular basis taking cash and checks and permit applications, wearing latex, or actually non-latex gloves, but gloves, so that there's not that transmission between people submitting and our staff, so that it's for the safety of both people in those transactions. We need to be cognizant of the fact that this virus has a lot of unknowns, but we also have to understand that we will continue to provide governmental services for as long as we can, and hopefully that's forever. We're going to do everything in our power to protect the interests of our employees and our citizens who come visit our buildings. I've encouraged things like teleconferences as opposed to in-person meetings, and so our staff is going to do things like, if you have an issue that you want to raise with the police or with the clerk's office or with the assessor's office, I would encourage you to do that over the telephone if at all possible, rather than in-person visits, just simply because we're going to look to try to limit those person-to-person contacts as much as we can, as it's, especially if you are exhibiting signs of illness, with flu-like symptoms. I'd ask that you try to deal with us over the phone rather than in person. I know people who very much like to come pay their taxes in person, Mr. Mayor. We do receive tax payments via the mail. You don't have to come here to pay your taxes. You can put them in the mail. You can pay them online. You can drop them in the collector box out in front of the police station. You can do all of those things. So that's where we're at right now. There's nothing changing as we speak as far as the services that we provide. It is pretty much status quo right now, but as I think it was Councilman Vassanella said, this is a very fluid circumstance, and because of that, we'll adapt as we move forward. And I think that pretty much covers my report on coronavirus.